I found an old lawn mowing instructional video buried in the King of the Hill DVDs, and I have a new segment to introduce to you today. All of this and more on this episode of the Cherish Each Moment podcast. Going to kick off the new year with something a bit different. One of my smaller hobbies outside of lawn care is curating the family's Plex media server. If you're not familiar with Plex, it's a media platform that allows you to serve your media files from music to movies, TV shows, pretty much anything digital to your devices, and you can share that library with other family members that create a Plex account. And it's been really cool for our family. And I've just kind of taken on the title of the curator of the library. So that's been kind of fun. And one of the fun things, especially when you're going through DVDs, is DVDs often contain bonus features. You have behind the scenes, you have commentary, different things like that. Well, on one of the discs for King of the Hill is a short video completely unrelated to the show, but surely applicable for this show's audience and to you and me. It's called A Mowing Lesson for Charlie. Rather than explain what exactly this is, I want to watch this with you and just kind of share my reaction to it as things happen. Now, I'll be transparent with you. I've watched this several times. I've been wanting to record this segment for months now, and I've just written some thoughts down, and I'm just going to kind of paint the picture for you. If you're just listening, I would encourage you to at least come and over to the YouTube channel and watch this. I'll put it up there. I'll put this segment up there so that you can see it. You can also find the video of this without my commentary on YouTube as well if you just search for A Mowing Lesson for Charlie. But I'll try and paint this as clear as possible and just kind of share my thoughts with you as we go. This is an old video. It's an old infomercial, and it was done by the government. I think it was the Department of Agriculture or something like that. We'll see. It shows in the opening sequence. But I want to show this to you, and it's kind of fun. So let's go check this out. This is A Mowing Lesson for Charlie. So yes, U.S. Department of Health, Education, and Welfare. University of Iowa Colleges of Medicine and Engineering. So I guess they don't have a turf science department at the time. But they present A Mowing Lesson for Charlie. This should be good. Love the music.
Poor Charlie. It's hot and his old mower gets harder to push by the minute. If he only had a power mower like Harry's, well, why not?
It probably just needs a backlap. He can only push it a few feet and it gets stuck. I wonder if backlapping was a thing back when these push mowers were the only option, or did people just go and buy a new mower? No idea. But here goes Charlie backing out of the driveway, getting ready to go buy a new mower. It's funny to watch this thinking this is set in the time when homeowners were upgrading from a manual to gas-powered, and now we're seeing a transition from gas to electric. It would be funny to see this as a similar public service announcement, just kind of updated.
Charlie is about to join the millions of Americans who every year turn to rotary power mowers to make the job of maintaining a lawn a little easier. Unfortunately, thousands of people every year turn the job of mowing a lawn into a very hazardous task.
Either our friend Charlie is really tall, or this mower is really short. The handle doesn't even reach his waist.
Now the job will be a pleasure. That is, if Charlie follows the simple rules of mower safety.
There's the instructions.
That operator's manual contains useful information and hints on the right way to use that mower. Uh-oh, Charlie, that's not a good start.
He chucks it behind him.
Good for you, Charlie. Keep your hands and feet away from the blade area when starting. Charlie, stop. You're about to run into trouble. That hanger can make your mower a lethal weapon.
Okay, just going to pause this here really quick so we can take a closer look at this mower. But first, when was the last time you found a hanger in your yard? It looks like we're in classic suburbia here. I don't understand why they would use a hanger as an obstacle in the yard. It was funny. But as far as this mower goes, it's a side discharge, and again, you've got to watch this to see it. It's a side discharge, and the chute is in the very front of the mower, just in front. If you're behind the handle and you're pushing the mower, the chute's on the right side, in front of the wheels, in front of the front wheels. So the front wheel on that side is set back so it's not in the way of the grass clippings coming out of the chute. So the wheels on the left side are further spaced than the wheels on the right side. Very interesting design. It's hard to tell, but based on the shape of the sticker, it looks like Charlie's got a Briggs & Stratton engine here. Side note, I watched this with my 8-year-old son the other day, and the first thing he said when he saw the mower was, "What's wrong with that lawnmower?" I should have my son do a complete reaction to this video. I think that would be funny. Let me know if you want to see that, whether on the comments of this on YouTube or shoot me an email, and I'll be happy to put that together if that's something people want to see. Another thing I'm noticing too is it's hard to tell, but I'm not seeing any height adjustment points. It looks like there's an adjustment plate on the front that can slide up and down, but I'm not sure why. So if you're familiar with older gas-powered lawnmowers like this, obviously it's not self-propelled, it's a push mower. You got to push it. But if you're familiar with these, let me know. I'd be curious to get a little more information and a little more context. But here we go. Continuing on.
Inspect your lawn before you mow and remove any small objects which you might run over. And mowing near other people can be dangerous, so this would be a good time to move Mother.
Mother's just chilling in the rocking chair.
Hey, Charlie, don't leave that mower running unattended.
So random.
Shut it off whenever you leave it, even when it is only for a few moments.
He's walking around the yard picking up random things, getting ready to mow. So strange.
Uh-oh. Watch yourself on that slope, Charlie. Don't mow up and down, mow back and forth. It's too easy to slip and get your foot caught in the blade when you mow up and down.
Teaching Charlie to navigate some hills here. Some slopes. Charlie is very distracted here. And
hey, Charlie. Charlie. Charlie, watch where you're going. Pay attention to your mowing.
It's the attractive next-door neighbor. Ah, there's the sun.
Better not, Charlie, tempting as it may be. Letting children or anyone inexperienced operate your mower is a bad practice.
I love a good piece of irony. I'd say Charlie's just as inexperienced as his son at this point. So now the chute is clogged.
Hold it. One of the most common mower accidents is caused by a person reaching to clear a clogged mower while it's running. Stop your mower and disconnect the spark plug before cleaning or making adjustments of any type, and never pick up a mower while it's running. It doesn't pay to hurry when using a power mower.
I don't think I've ever clogged a side discharge chute.
Well, just that little patch left. Charlie, pulling that mower toward you is just asking for trouble. If you slipped and caught your foot under the mower, well, here, let me show you.
And this is a little over dramatic for me.
Go ahead, try it.
Charlie demonstrates what could happen if you back up a mower onto your foot, but placing a shoe on the ground. Then pulling the mower backwards towards the shoe, but lifting the mower up on top of it. A bit unrealistic. Pretty sure the shoe would put enough strain on the blade to stop the mower or be torn up
inside that shoe.
Much more than just the toe area.
Let me show you something else. Remember that clump of grass in the discharge chute? Go ahead, try to clear it with that stick.
Now Charlie's putting a stick in the discharge chute. We have silly sound effects.
If it can do that to a stick, think what it could do to your fingers.
His face.
Now take a look at what can happen when you run your mower over rocks or other debris. Better have some leg protection. Just a moment.
Okay, I need to pause real quick one more time. Charlie is about to demonstrate for us what happens when you mow over a pile of gravel, because why not, right? If someone were to put this on YouTube today, I wonder what the comments section would look like. Silly. Again, we have more silly sound effects coming. If you pay close enough attention to this video, and this will kind of give you an idea of how many times I've watched this. If you pay close enough attention to this video, you'll notice that the mower sound in the background isn't even Charlie's mower.
There, now try.
Now Charlie's looking at this board that was placed next to the gravel.
Really shot it full of holes, Charlie, didn't it? You see, there are good reasons for obeying the rules of mower safety.
You can see a few holes in this little board that supposedly the gravel created as they were flung out of the mower. Kind of silly. So now that the demo is over, the board and the gravel disappears and Charlie just gets back to mowing.
The mowing is done, but your job is not. In order to be a safe, efficient machine, your mower needs regular maintenance, a point covered in the operator's manual you threw away.
Oops. Oh, there it is. How convenient. Now Charlie's reading the manual. Good boy, Charlie.
Hi there, Charlie. At it again, I see. I hope this time you and your mower can do the job as friends, not enemies.
That's a good tagline. Be friends with
Charlie,
your mower, not
your
enemies.
lawn looks pretty nice, too.
Okay, we're going to pause right here. The last thing the narrator said, oh, Charlie, by the way, your lawn looks pretty nice, too. Look at this face. This face right here. This is the face of a man who's beginning to find pure joy in learning how to take care of his lawn. He's learning and he's seeing results. This face right here is goals for every homeowner who wants to do this themselves, who, like Charlie, has to go to the store and navigate the mass variety of lawnmowers and lawn equipment that's on the shelf and pick one and feel confident about it and bring it home and learn how to use it and learn how to mow properly. And we won't even talk about watering properly and fertilizing properly, but even just mowing properly, you're going to see results. The lawn is going to look clean when you're done. It's going to look nice. People are going to encourage you and compliment you like this. Hey, your lawn's looking pretty good. And this is how whoever, Joe Schmo, is going to react. In this case, Charlie. Look at Charlie's face. This face right here is why I love taking care of my lawn. This is the face that I want everyone to make when they look at their lawn. Whether they just finished mowing or you're pulling up into the driveway after returning from a long day at work, this is the face you should make. When I help someone with their lawn, the end goal for me is to see this expression on their face. This is awesome. And we're at the credits. So that is a mowing lesson for Charlie. I hope you enjoyed that as much as I do. Such a fun little video. It's kind of cheesy, yes. It's a little overdone. It's a little over-exaggerated. But it's fun to watch. It's funny. Just something that I like to keep, whenever I need a good little laugh. But yeah, like I said earlier, I think it would be super fun to modernize this as we're transitioning from these gas-powered mowers to battery-powered equipment. How different would a film like this look? We can at least make it a little bit more realistic anyways, right? A new segment I want to incorporate into the show, something I should have done from the beginning, to be honest, is I want to highlight the ongoings of this community. There's a lot going on. There's some good, there's some bad, and I want to give credit where credit is due, and perhaps at times rant about some negative things, but my only rule with the negatives, if I ever even take the time to rant on those things, is that depending on what was done, if it's bad enough, I will not name the offender on the show. I don't want to give someone credit or reinforcement, whether to them it feels positive or what, for doing something stupid. I think that's fair. But I'm super excited about this. Today I've got two stories, two people that are doing good things that I want to highlight and share with you. There's so much good happening in our community, and I want you to know about it. Now, with that said, here are today's highlights. First, Rodney Smith Jr. I've talked about him before several times. I've done a video with him. I've met him. He has completed another trip to each of the 50 states in the U.S., mowing lawns for the elderly, disabled single mothers, veterans. He does this in conjunction with his nonprofit, Raising Men Lawn Care, which helps motivate kids to serve the elderly, the disabled, single moms, and veterans in their areas by taking part in a 50-yard challenge. And the way that works is kids commit to mow 50 yards for free. And when they sign up, they get a t-shirt. And every 10 yards they mow, they get a new shirt that's a different color. And once they complete 50 yards, then Rodney makes a trip out to deliver brand new lawn equipment, a new lawnmower, trimmer, leaf blower. This guy is awesome. He's incredible. And he lives in Alabama, so he's driving all over the country. He's been to every state multiple times. And if one of the kids completes it, even if they're in the far corner of northwest Washington, he's going to drive from Alabama all the way to Washington to deliver this equipment, which is just great. I think he had recently completed his second and was working on his third trip when I met him, and I know that he's done at least as many, if not more than that, since that time. He mowed my neighbor's yard, a single mom, and if I had to guess, probably one of the hardest tasks on these tours that he makes is getting out to Alaska and Hawaii. You can't drive there. But this year was really cool. Every year he sends out a tweet and he tags the major airlines like Delta, American Airlines, whoever, and tells them, hey, I'm touring the country. I need help getting to Alaska and Hawaii. Can you help me get there? And I don't think they've ever responded to him, which is kind of sad. I think that one of these companies could really step up and be a real hero here. But this year, somebody responded to his tweet and offered to fly Rodney out there, paid for it. Both trips, both flights, totally covered, which is so cool. There are such good people in the world, and this is another reason I want to highlight this stuff, because you're highlighting these good people, and then it highlights other good people as well. So if you're not following on the video on YouTube, I am putting up on the screen the things here, these tweets, and you can see the person who made the donation and how all that unfolded. Pretty cool. Recently, I believe it was Christmas Day, Rodney was featured on NBC's Nightly News. Check this out.
We're back now with the story of two real-life superheroes on a quest across the country to help Americans who are most in need. Here's NBC's Steve Patterson with a look at their journey.
All right, let's do it.
Santa might have that magic sleigh.
Okay.
But all Yuri and Rodney need is a cargo van.
Right.
Loaded up with gifts, just like Jolly St. Nick, the pair travels an incredible distance to deliver Christmas magic.
Okay. These are our favorite superheroes.
That's Yuri Williams, the Stormtrooper, with trusted sidekick Rodney Smith, the elf, hoping to spread some Christmas cheer to families who could use a little. In the past 4 years, this dynamic duo has crisscrossed the country, visiting families in all 50 states, a 17,000-mile journey in less than a month. From Kentucky to California, Oregon to New Jersey, where the guys are bringing joy to Jaden, suffering from severe seizures, and Ariana, struggling with a degenerative brain disease.
How are you? I'm happy.
For Yuri, it's a familiar pain.
Just hearing that mother's love remind me of my mom, you know? While we were coloring with her, it just brings memories back of when I was a kid, just coloring. And, you know, it's times like this I get caught in the moment.
He lost his mother to cancer in 2009.
Do you ever get on each other's nerves?
He gets on mine.
I'm Santa's favorite elf. He's just mad that he's second.
Today is priceless. The toys are amazing.
In this season of giving, it's a road worth traveling.
I love you, buddy. Be good, okay?
To lend a little hand of hope. Steve Patterson, NBC News.
So there you go. There's a couple of awesome men right there, Rodney and Yuri. Yuri doesn't get a lot of attention, and I think he should get more attention. I'm glad that he was featured in this. He's always, to my understanding, when Rodney makes these tours, Yuri's the co-pilot, and is dressing up for the kids. As you saw in this, he was dressed up as a stormtrooper. When I met him, he was dressed up as Spider-Man. So really awesome what they're doing. If you're not following, you can follow Rodney on Instagram and Twitter. I think his handle is I am Rodney Smith. You can check that out. Really awesome. Up next, I need to congratulate Leah Withrow. She is the head groundskeeper at Greater Nevada Field, and that's the home of the Reno Aces baseball team. And the Reno Aces is the AAA affiliate of the Arizona Diamondbacks. So congratulations to her and her team. Greater Nevada Field was named the 2022 Sports Field Management Association's Professional Baseball Field of the Year. And that, I have to tell you, is really awesome to see because it's so well deserved. I found Leah on TikTok earlier this year, and I really enjoy following her. What she does and what her crew does with that field is just awesome. The stripe patterns that she and her team are pulling off are just amazing. If you're on TikTok, give her a follow. I don't know if she's on any other social media platforms or not. I just follow her on TikTok. Her handle is at Leah Lou, Lou 775. So this is the beginning of what I hope to be a favorite segment of the show. Thank you to Rodney and Leah for being positive examples and influences, not just in the lawn and turf community, but in general. You guys are great. You guys are awesome. If you are listening and you have anyone that you know or are following in the lawn and turf world that's doing good and needs to be recognized, please shoot me an email, send me the information, share the story with me. I'd love to share it on the show. Jimmy@JimmyLewisMows.com. As for me, I continue to plug through the winter months. We're plugging along here. We're doing okay. I'm deep into planning for this year. It is actually kind of getting to the point where things are starting to feel a little bit overwhelming. Just so many things going on. At least we're through Christmas, but now we're into the new year, and everything's just coming at me. So lots to do, lots to plan, and I look forward to sharing all of it with you as it happens. There will be some snow content coming very soon. We have been getting a generous amount of snow already, and I have no doubt that there is more to come. And for the record, I'm looking out the window right now, and the rain that fell last night melted the snow off the grass, what snow was left anyways from the last storm. And even though the lawn is phasing into dormancy still, it's not completely dormant. It's still retaining a lot of green, and it just makes me happy to look out there and see green grass, even though we're in winter. So really looking forward to spring. Can't wait to get out there and get it done. Get another year in the books. That's going to wrap up this episode of the show. Thank you so much for listening and for cherishing these moments with me. I hope you will consider subscribing to the show if you've made it this far, whatever platform you choose to listen. If you haven't already, please also consider subscribing and following along on all my other social media channels, linked in the description. Until next time, see ya.